Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. I hope that you're all doing good tonight. We're going to be hanging out for a couple of hours and I have a couple of different things that I want to talk about. Some brand new information coming out about situations I've discussed in the past like DrDisrespect. We've got some new topics like the Eternals and a new woke Nike ad. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Eternals and a little bit of information that's coming out about the Eternals. Now, I am someone who is skeptical when it comes to the Eternals. While it is a new Marvel movie and everyone's so excited for it, I do think that a lot behind the project isn't something that I'm super happy about or something that I want to support. And the Eternals apparently changed genders and race-swapped characters before even signing a director. Apparently going into this film, Marvel was planning to do things like race swap, gender swap, and they were looking for a director who would be willing to do that, to change existing lore of characters and their personalities and race and gender swap characters. I'm going to be talking about PlayStation. Now, you guys know I talk about PlayStation a lot. Over the past couple of years, Sony has definitely lost a lot of popularity in the Japanese gaming market, and a huge part of that is the fact that Sony wants to reach global, okay? They want to reach anyone globally they can. They want to, please global audiences, and a lot of people in Japan are pretty disappointed with that. They basically feel like Sony has abandoned them to move on to different markets. And I want to talk about PlayStation's studio head insisting that Sony still very much is a Japanese company and they even love Japanese games, which, let's be honest, is complete and utter bullshit. When it comes to Sony, they do not care about Japanese games or Japanese developers. They care about making as much money as possible, which they are a company. I don't necessarily blame them for that, but they definitely don't really care about Japan and the Japanese market, and they're really not a Japanese company anymore. I wanted to show you all this new Nike ad that's going around a couple weeks ago. It was posted on the internet. They were trying to promote this ad, and it has completely backfired on them. In this ad, they make fun of historical figures. They talk about fighting the patriarchy. It is absolutely a dumpster fire of an ad. This is one of the worst, wokest ads that I've seen. It is absolutely garbage, so I wanted to show you all that and talk about it. And, of course, we have some news about DrDisrespect. I've talked about DrDisrespect a lot here on the channel. I followed his situation when he got banned from Twitch, the rumors that he was going to be banned. And over the past year, it's been pretty silent when it comes to the Dr. D's front. But we have a lot of new information because apparently he revealed on stream that he knows the reason for his permanent Twitch ban and he is going to sue the platform because of it. And he also talked a little bit about the financial situation behind him being permanently banned, because apparently he took a massive hit to his earnings since his ban, and he now earns 1/4 roughly of what he previously made. So I want to talk about the DrDisrespect situation, Eternals, PlayStation, Nike, but before we do that, hello everyone. I hope your evening's going good. It's gonna be definitely an evening filled with interesting topics. Guys, listen. How do I say this nicely? I could give a fuck less about Marvel right now. It actually kind of sucks, because I previously was a pretty big fan of Marvel. I've always been more of a DC girl. I will be honest. DC is where my heart will lay. Preferably not with the current phase of DC if they're really moving away from, like, Zack Snyder's Justice League. But when it comes to a movie like Eternals, it just feels so out of place. And I know that in the movie, they're probably going to explain the whole Thanos situation, and they're going to explain the snap and stuff. I feel like Eternals is on the same scale as Black Widow. These movies should have happened years ago if you wanted to introduce these characters. Like Black Widow, I thought that movie should have been done 5 years ago when the character was in her height. She was mega popular before she died. And now they're releasing something like Eternals, which, yeah, to a certain extent, I'm excited for it because it's got Angelina Jolie, it's got Richard Madden, it's got Kit Harington, it's got good actors in it, don't get me wrong, for the most part. But it's just so oddly timed. When it comes to something like PlayStation, screw Sony. Sony has made a couple of good games over the past year. Okay, they made like Ghost of Tsushima, amazing game, Sucker Punch. But PlayStation and Sony, they are not it. When it comes to censorship, they censor a lot of games. They tell a lot of third-party developers, well, you can make some of the content, but, you know, you gotta censor violence, you gotta tone down risque content. Just a bad company. We've got a couple of topics tonight that are really, truly kind of infuriating, I'm gonna be honest. Because it's like you want companies to get better. You want companies to do better and just actually care about feedback, and they could give a singular F less. And I get it. They're a company. But also, when you lose all your consumers, you're going to be wishing that you had actually listened to people's feedback previously. But hi, guys. Let me scroll up in chat. Hello, hello. Why did they disrespect Mr. Disrespect? I know. It's truly a shame. DrDisrespect, the whole situation with him being banned was truly quite a disaster. It really was, because there were people like fucking Slasher saying, I know the reason why he was banned, and let me just tell you, no companies are gonna want to work with him again. Oh, he did something very, very bad and potentially broke the law. But I can't give you any of that information. It's shrouded in so much mystery. I truly understand that people at this point with DrDisrespect, on one hand, people of course care, but on the other hand, people are like, I could give a singular F less because there's so little details now. I personally have always been very weary of Twitch. That is why I stream primarily on YouTube. Even though YouTube isn't a perfect platform, Twitch is just so much worse, at least from what I've seen. And I'm not a Twitch streamer, so maybe it's a great, awesome experience. But Twitch it's a very iffy platform. You either make it on Twitch and they love you, or you don't make it on Twitch and, like, they hate you. It's very bizarre. Is Kit Harington really that good of an actor? I think that Kit Harington is okay. I think Richard Madden is much, much better. I actually really like Richard Madden. It's funny because they're both in Game of Thrones, but I really like Richard Madden's acting style. I think that he has played some very good roles. He was in, like, Medici, which was, I think Medici, no, wasn't Medici a Netflix original? I don't think so. Either way, that show was very great. He did a great job in that. He's been in, like, a couple other side roles, like, he was in Cinderella, which, like, okay, who cares? He was great in Game of Thrones. But Kit Harington's, I feel the problem with Kit Harington is that he's not in a lot. Like, he's been in stuff, but we all just go back to Game of Thrones with him. Like, that's his most notable performance. And for me, when I think of someone like Richard Madden, I can think of a couple things like Medici that he's been phenomenal in. I don't know, guys. Actors, for me, most of the time lately are a no-go. Actors are... My problem with actors is that a lot of them are Hollywood suck-ups. And they only really care about keeping their position in the industry, so they say literally anything a company wants them to say. Eternals equals social promotion rather than art. The Eternals situation is truly sad. It really is. Alright, guys, so let's get started on the first topic, which is gonna be Eternals, because there's a lot to rant about here. Eternals is a movie for me that, well, I'm not gonna say I could give a F less about. It's just a movie, for me, that doesn't have a lot of hype behind it. It doesn't have a lot of substance. We're hearing about, oh my gosh, this new phase of Marvel and all these crazy characters, and they're basically gods, and they're insane. That's nice and all. But these are characters we have never heard about. Characters that have never been hinted about. We're not talking about characters that, like, 4 movies ago, they were hinting towards the existence of. These are just characters that are suddenly... bang, going to be brought into the MCU. But when it comes to Eternals, a lot of people were initially very upset with it because we knew there were going to be gender swaps and race swaps, and not even like one. We're talking about multiple gender swaps, multiple race swaps, and apparently this wasn't a decision that was made by like the director and the creative team behind the movie, because sometimes companies do things like gender swaps and they have specific reasons why, and the reasons are actually pretty good. But it's not the case with Eternals, because apparently Eternals changed their gender and races of the comic book characters even before they really signed anyone, like the director. Apparently they went into this film knowing they wanted to make it filled with gender swaps and race swaps, and they wanted a ton of different things done with these characters. Why not just create new characters? Can I just ask, we're talking about characters... And if you're a comic book reader, you know about these ones. But we're talking about characters that if you're just looking at, like, the MCU, you're just looking at the movies, who are these people? So why couldn't you just create new characters and come up with new ideas? It's truly baffling to see what companies do with these characters that people actually really do care about and like. But it says even before Chloe Zhao signed on to direct Eternals, Marvel had already begun to change the races and genders of certain characters. Right now, much of the attention within the Marvel fan base is split between What If and the upcoming Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, but some eyes are already turning to the next movie in the franchise's Phase 4. I truly think that people are already looking towards something like Eternals, because What If is not good, and Shang-Chi I don't think is going to be good either. I haven't seen Shang-Chi. Maybe it'll be amazing, perfect, unique. Oh my gosh, chef's kiss. But Shang-Chi doesn't have a lot of hype behind it. And Shang-Chi is just a film right now that a lot of people genuinely aren't that interested in. And What If has pissed a lot of people off with the whole Thanos situation. When it comes to What If, a lot of people are like, these are just small side stories that probably aren't going to matter. And they're very bizarre and random that a lot of people aren't that interested in. So I think that right now people are in kind of an awkward phase because no one wants... I don't want to say no one wants to see these things, but there's not a lot of hype behind things like What If and Shang-Chi. It says, though, Eternals is scheduled to arrive in November and will introduce the MCU's newest super team. Zhao, who became the first woman of color to win Best Director at the Oscars earlier this year, helmed the decade-spanning story, which promises to be unlike any other MCU movie. We've had MCU movies where there are tons of different characters, and amazing characters at that. Do they really think, the director, the creative team, do they really think they're gonna bring in characters and suddenly overtake characters like the Avengers and Thor and Doctor Strange and Spidey? I mean, while yes, people will watch Eternals and be excited to see new characters and see a lot of good actors, a lot of people are very unimpressed right now with Eternals. And just the story, like, all these crazy characters just decided not to intervene. You know, when the world was being wiped out. To me, them pointing out Marvel's trying to point out, oh, the first woman of color to win Best Director in all these different things. That's great and all. But I want people that can do their jobs. If you're a person of color, congratulations. If you can make a great movie, awesome for you. If you're someone who's Caucasian, great for you. Make a good movie. I care about the product. And that to me is the most important thing. People being hired based on their qualifications and being able to do their job. I mean, if we have women of color directing amazing movies, good for her. You go. You keep creating great movies. But that to me isn't a selling point. But it says the Eternals are a group of cosmic beings with incredible abilities who have spent thousands of years watching humanity from afar until humanity fucking needed them and they literally were too busy getting pedicures, not giving a singular F about the universe. When a new threat emerges, the Eternals must come out of the shadows to save those they've pledged to protect, even though half of them got, annihilated and burnt to a crisp like Kentucky Fried Humans. The movie's star-studded cast is perhaps the MCU's most diverse one yet, and that's because they literally gender-swapped and race-swapped half the characters so they could say, look at us, we can do diversity too. Eternals is offering a new twist on these characters. Oh boy. They're offering a twist, ladies and gentlemen. A good story twist? No. We don't care about story around here. Okay? Who gives an actual F about a story being good? Diversity and inclusivity are great, but I want a good story. Okay? If you can incorporate them into a good story, well, alright. As part of EW's feature on Eternals, Zhao spoke about Marvel's desire to make the movie more reflective on the real world. That when directors, creative, minds on projects say something like they want it to reflect the real world, I get very worried. Just gonna leave it there. One of those things that drew her to the project was the studio's initial treatment, which already took steps to change things like races, genders, and origins of some of the Eternals. They're literally going in to this project and saying, we are gonna screw up everything. We are just gonna take these characters, right? Keep their name. Maybe keep their costume, okay? We're gonna change their origins, their race, their gender, their identities, and twist them to be whatever we want. I do not like that. Just make new characters. I know that everyone in Hollywood has the brain of the size of a pea. Of a fucking Reese's Pieces, okay? But I'm sorry, just create new, unique, original characters, and I'll watch your movie. But when you take previous characters and twist them to fit a narrative, that's not what I want to support. Guys, listen. Maybe if I talk to Marvel in a nice, feminine voice, okay, maybe they'll listen to me. Get your fucking shit together and just make a good goddamn movie. Is it that hard to do? I know you've got the brain the size of an ant. All of you. But if you create good content, you make more money. When you make bad content, you make less money. That really impressed me how diverse the cast was in early drafts, not just in terms of gender, race, age, but overall, I could see the desire to reflect the world that we live in as much as possible. That is great, but what was most important to me was actually to be able to tell a story and craft characters to be as individual as possible. Characters they're literally just taking that previously existed and twisting them to be whatever they want. Not new characters. They're just taking previous characters to twist them. They are unique, flawed, and complicated individuals just like you and I. That's what drew me to these actors. That's what drew me to the story of each of the characters. Maybe Eternals will come out. It'll be amazing, fantastic, awesome. It'll be the best thing since sliced cheese. Maybe Eternals will come out and be good. But right now I'm very skeptical about Eternals, and it's a shame. Because I do really like a lot of the Marvel films. In the past, I've liked Marvel and the MCU. But I just feel like all the films have been going so downhill lately. And I don't think Eternals is going to come out and be amazing. That's all that I had for my Titan talk. Thank you for joining me. Eternals. Guys, early predictions. Someone clip this. Alright, I'm just kidding. I think... Yeah. I think when Eternals comes out, it's going to be like a 5 to a 6 out of 10. I do not think it's going to be higher than a 6 out of 10. For users, critics are going to say, it's the best movie ever! Like they are with everything like Black Widow, Shang-Chi, next it's going to be Eternals. But I think that this film is going to come out and be like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Anyway, guys, we'll move on to the next topic in a minute. If Black Widow was swapped as a Russian male named Nikolai Romanov, how would feminists feel? They would never do that, let's be honest. But they would be furious. That gosh darn patriarchy. How could you do that? It looks boring to me. I like a lot of movies that are more that feel more dramatic. That are like more dramas. You know, I like movies that it's like lots of conflict but it does truly seem kind of slow and boring. And maybe the slow pacing will be great for it. We'll see. We will see. I'm so far not impressed at all with it. Not at all. That's gonna be a no from me. If it ain't woke, don't fix it. True. Too many mainstream actors in on this movie. I actually think that is a red flag as well. It's not a red flag that I've been pointing out really because like having good actors on a project is good ultimately. But like you got Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden, Salma Hayek or whatever her name is. Like you have a bunch of mainstream actors here. I actually personally like seeing new and upcoming actors in big films. I feel like usually they're not given enough of a chance. But clearly they wanted the biggest names in Hollywood that they could get, and Angelina Jolie is a big name. You know? I guess we'll see. Dramatic, yes. Dull, no. I agree. I think it's gonna be dramatic. But not in a good way. I think it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys didn't save the Earth. Well, we didn't need to save the Earth. The Earth can save itself. It had heroes. Oh my gosh, how could you abandon us like that? We didn't abandon you. We were watching from the distance. I think it's gonna be bad. We'll see. Maybe it'll be amazing. I'm skeptical. Alright, guys, let's move into the next topic of the evening. Now, I talk about Sony a lot. I talk about Sony a lot here on the channel. They are always doing something to upset fans, to upset consumers, and they always seem to be saying the wrong things. And over the years, I've talked a lot about Sony when it comes to censorship. They have been censoring a lot of violence on their platform, and they've also been censoring a lot of risque content on their platform. And there are many people who dislike a lot of the choices that they're making because they basically want to chase global audiences and they want to make as much money as possible. But the PlayStation studio head has insisted that Sony is still very much a Japanese company, and they even love Japanese games, which I actually call a little bit of BS on. Over the years, they have made it pretty clear that they do not love the Japanese market, a lot of Japanese games, and they're saying one thing but doing a completely different thing. So it says, head of PlayStation Studios, Herman Hulst, has insisted that Sony Interactive Entertainment is still very much a Japanese company and loves Japanese games. I personally don't really believe that. It says in an interview with Game Informer, head of PlayStation Studios Herman Hulst was asked about Sony Japan Studio. On February 25th, multiple anonymous sources stated Sony Japan Studio was winding down original game development, and the vast majority of development staff had been let go, and the studio had created Ape Escape, Gravity Rush, and more. This was due to the studio not being profitable enough in recent years, desiring to make games that appealed primarily to the Japanese market with global appeal, and meanwhile SIE wanted global hits akin to what other first-party studios had produced. If they actually really cared about their Japan studios and the Japanese market, you'd think that they would allow them to keep creating the games that they wanted, but instead they were winding down the Japan studio. It says SIE later provided an official statement confirming Sony Japan Studio would be reorganized into a new organization. On April 1st, they were recentered to Team Asobi, or ASOBI, the creative team behind Astro's Playroom, allowing the team to focus on a single vision and build on the popularity of Astro's Playroom. Basically, they were shoving developers to, another side of the company, saying, well, we know you wanted to create one type of game, but now you have to create this other type of game. It's very frustrating to see this happen because we are talking about some developers who are passionate. Some developers in the industry are truly and genuinely not very passionate. They just kind of want to make money. They see gaming as a giant industry because it is. It's one of the largest industries. But there are still some developers out there who do genuinely care about creating games, and they want to create things that they think are, going to start out smaller but eventually grow to be something giant. And a company like Sony only wants instant hits. They only want things that they can instantly see a profit from, that they instantly know is going to do amazing in the most markets, and something like that was Astro's Playroom, so they moved a bunch of developers over there. It says, nonetheless, Hulse insists that Japanese games are still a core part of SIE's identity. I mean, they do still allow a ton of Japanese games on their platform, they just force those developers to censor a shit ton of their content, which is so disheartening. I will say that we are in some ways very much a Japanese company still. That's our heritage. That's part of who we are. We love our Japanese games. They love Japanese games that they force censorship on all the time, but okay. In 2016, SIE's headquarters was established in San Mateo, California. The same year, Sony Computer Entertainment and more were restructured and reorganized. A lot of people see this as the downfall of Sony. In 2016, when they moved their headquarters to California, a lot of people do think that, they changed a lot. They really flipped their script and, stopped being the great company that they once were. It says he explained that Team Asobi would still be part of a Japanese game development company and invested under Nicholas Doucet. People forget sometimes that we have Digital, which is a team in 2 locations. We are investing in our external development group out of Tokyo as well, and that's a team that obviously has worked with the likes of From Software and Kojima Productions. He basically started throwing around a bunch of names that people like to take the heat off of the situation. Oh, well, they work with, Kojima Productions and From Software. You guys love those, companies and all of their games. It's kind of a deflection tactic. Oh, yeah, well, we're moving people from one company, but they might be working with, other companies you guys like. It says, so we are invested in Japanese development, and Japanese development is something that we love. That is a strong word to use, love. I do not think that Sony loves the Japanese gaming market or loves Japanese game developers, but if they say so. I think it's such a core part of the PlayStation identity that I can't ever see us shy away from Japanese or even Asian development. It says developers who left Sony Japan Studio included Demon Souls and Bloodborne producer, Siren and Gravity Rush's creator, and the latter formed Bokeh Studios alongside a couple of different other industry veterans. It says other departures were the Bloodborne producer, the executive producer, many producers, many different animators, many different creators. Okay, all of them are, are having a rough time right now, okay? They left Sony Japan Studios. They're trying to find new studios or even creating other studios. A lot of people are really, really unhappy with Sony right now. It says fears of SIE turning its back on Japan came to a head when, with Sony Japan Studios restructuring. In case you missed it, check out our video. I mean, I have been talking about Sony abandoning the Japanese game market for quite a while now, and I do genuinely think that they do not care about the Japanese gaming market. They do not care about those creators and those developers, and it's such a shame. You know, I know at the end of the day, Sony is a company and they want to make as much money as possible, but when you are abandoning developers and creators who want to work with you, it's really kind of heartbreaking to see these are people that are passionate about the industry who want to create amazing products, and instead you're too worried about reaching global audiences, so you end up abandoning projects and forcing developers to move to other projects. And it doesn't give me, from the outside looking in, a lot of confidence. Never mind being a developer at one of these companies that's being restructured and thrown around. This is probably hell for these developers. It says the restrictions on expression and suppressed the release of titles for Japanese users was also cited by an analyst for the ACE Research Institute, claiming that it is definitive that PlayStation will fail in Japan. I've talked about a lot of the digital and physical sales charts for Japan. Sony has, for the most part, been kind of pushed out of them. At least right now, Nintendo is dominating the Japanese gaming market. And it says he also claimed SIE were not realizing the region's potential. That same analyst who also claimed Nintendo, you know, is kind of dominating in Japan, while PlayStation game sales have practically been eradicated. I do want PlayStation to get better. I want the people behind the company to listen to consumers, to listen to feedback, because I think a lot of companies mistake this. Criticism is good. Okay, if people are criticizing your company, it's not because they want to abandon your company. It's because they want your company to be better. Thank you so much for the $104. No text-to-speech. Holy crap, Waron. Thank you so much for the 104. Thank you, thank you. What was I saying? Oh, Nintendo has definitely been dominating the industry lately in Japan, and I don't think that's going to stop. Companies need to realize that criticism is good. Companies like Sony and the people behind them don't listen to criticism from fans, but they need to realize that when people are criticizing your company and your games, it's not because they want to push you down all the time. I'm sure there are some of those people out there, but it's because a lot of people want you to do better and to get better and start creating amazing products again. Like me, I used to be a huge Sony fangirl. I would love for Sony to be at the top of their game and them to do amazing right now. But I don't think they're going to do that. So I keep criticizing them and all of these bad moves that they make, like forcing censorship on Japanese developers and developers in general, third-party developers. And I will not stop talking about that because I want Sony to get better. I want PlayStation games to be amazing and be on the next level. But if they don't start listening to consumers who are upset, they're going to fail, and they're not going to gain any customers. They're going to lose more customers than they're gaining. But that's all that I really had to discuss with PlayStation. They claim that they love Japanese developers. I call BS. Anyway, guys, that's all that I really had to discuss with that topic. Sony is shitty. That's the best thing I can say. And next we're going to move into a doozy of a new Nike trailer that was released. Okay, guys? Listen. Listen, chat. This is probably the worst woke ad I've seen. I'm gonna say top 3. Because maybe there's like one I'm forgetting. It's definitely at least the second top worst ad that I've seen. If not number 1. It's awful. They treat indies and Japan studios like crap. The only thing they care about is their big AAA exclusives, 100%. And I get it. They're a company. They want to make money. I get that. But you need to give people a chance. And when you buy these studios, buy them to let them create the games they want. Okay? Indie games will blow up all the freaking time. Just let them create the games they want. Okay? It's a rough situation. We've seen and heard a lot of developers come forward anonymously and say things like, Sony's a shitty company on the inside. maybe they'll change, okay? Maybe there's a chance that they can do better, they can change their ways. I personally don't really see that happening. I think that when it comes to Sony, I don't want to call them unsavable, but at the same time, I really think that there's only so much more they can do to try to get people on their side. I think that they have burnt a lot of consumers out and a lot of developers out. The sweet, sweet Capri Suns. Yeah, guys, listen. Okay, Baja Blast. Can't find it anywhere. I'm moving now to Capri Sun. Fruit Punch. It's the best. Sponsor me. Yeah, the Pepsi commercial with... Wasn't it one of the Jenners? Wasn't it like Kendall Jenner or whatever? Pepsi commercial. Yeah, Kendall Jenner. Oh boy. This one is awful as well. Oh my gosh, they're so ugly. I mean, I'm never gonna be hired anywhere in Hollywood, so it's okay. Live bolder. Live louder. Live for now. That sounds like a fucking Hunger Games quote. Like, that sounds like something straight out of the Hunger Games. Live bolder, live louder, live for now. Until we murder you. That's another level of weird. I'm gonna take a break between the topics for a minute and just kind of chat and read chat. So if you guys have anything to say, put it into chat. Yeah, I'll move on to the next topic in a minute, which is gonna be Nike. Nike. Some people say it that way. I call it Nike. Please don't get offended. Hello. Always appreciate your streams and take on the industry. Keep it up. Well, thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. X to doubt, 100%. I think that this headline and these quotes are absolutely BS. Sony tends to abandon anything that's not a smashing success. It is true, and it is a shame. I wish that they wouldn't. I wish that they were definitely different. Also, why the fuck is YouTube doing the loading symbol? Is my stream broken, paused? YouTube has been screwed up the past couple days. Is the stream good for you guys? For some reason, it was like infinite loading for a minute there. Capri Sun, where's your Lunchables and snack packs? Listen, okay? Lunchables are so gosh darn expensive. I mean, even if I was a streamer who sat on stream for 15 hours a day, I wouldn't be able to afford, okay, my Lunchables for my 10-hour stream snack break. Lunchables are like $4 a piece. Okay, no matter how much nostalgia you have for them, there is no way in hell that I would pay $4 for a Lunchable. But Capri Suns are pretty good, let's be honest. Bacteria grows like crazy inside a Capri Sun pouch. Well, guys, if I end up dead in a couple days, you know what killed me. I think that I'll be fine, though. I think I'm gonna survive. Truly, I think I'm stronger than I look. Isn't Xbox getting consumers in Japan now? Yes. Xbox has been, I don't want to say rapidly gaining popularity in Japan, but they have definitely been steadily gaining popularity in Japan. And right now, Nintendo is dominating the Japanese gaming market. What do you think of the Intellivision Amico situation? I used to be pretty behind the project. I had interviewed Tommy Tallarico twice on the channel, and I was pretty behind the Intellivision Amico. But I think that they're kind of making the same mistake that a lot of companies have been making lately, which is giving a date when you can't hold a date. So they keep pushing the system back. I think that Amico's on its third delay now. They keep saying, oh, on this date, we're going to release it. But then leading up to the release, it's like, well, we should be releasing it. We might be releasing it. And then it gets to being very close to the release date, and then they push it back again. I think that they should have done what should have been done with Cyberpunk, truly, genuinely. If your product is not done, you need to delay it. And when it comes to something like Cyberpunk, they delayed it like 3 or 4 times, and it still needed work. They should have just delayed it and said, hey guys, listen, we have an estimated date of like March or April, but we will keep you all updated as it goes. And with the Amico, I think a big problem is that they keep delaying it, and they're not giving people a lot of hope. I feel like there are a lot of people who were very excited for the Amico, and a lot of people who were looking forward to seeing if it was going to succeed or not, and they're feeling very skeptical about it. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, it should be canceled. I am not sitting here saying the Amico needs to, you know, be thrown away in the trash and they need to give up on the idea. If they want to release it, go ahead. But I think they've lost a lot of supporters with all these constant delays, and I do think that it hurts them and their reputation. I mean, if they release it, good for them. But I do think that a lot of people are now like, okay, you know, it's been long enough. Well, now there's a chip shortage. None of these tech companies should be promising anything. They have been pretty transparent with, like, what they were missing, what they needed to do, as far as I'm aware. But the problem is that they can get all these parts. It's just, it's much more expensive than they initially planned. I think that a giant problem, and I'm not going to talk about this for much longer, I'll give my last couple cents, is that they initially said that this product was going to be X amount of dollars, okay? Then they slowly kept raising the price. It went from like, I don't remember, somewhere around like 180 to 250, and now it's $299. Or there are editions of it that are $299 because they're special colors. I just think that there's a lot of, oh, it's going to be one way, and it's going to be on this date, and then we find out it's going to be another way on another date. I think that these companies, and this isn't just for Intellivision, this is for any tech company, they need to stop promising releases if they know they can't hit it. I know companies want to release products, they want to make their money, I 100% understand that. But if you're releasing a product like a Cyberpunk that has a ton of hype and it fails and flops, you're not going to succeed. That product is going to instantly fail. It's like Fallout 76. No matter how much work they do to that game, it is always going to have a shitty reputation. It's rough, because, like, I'm not sitting here saying they should cancel it or products shouldn't succeed. But it's rough to promise consumers something over and over that's not happening. Anyway, guys, we're going to move into the next topic in just a minute. Sheesh. Vera, cool music in the background. What is the title? I always listen to in the background. They are, as far as I know, it's only one person. On YouTube, Google, search White Bat Audio. I will share the playlist that I am listening to now. It is called Ether. It is a great playlist. Usually I listen to Ether. Oh no. Did it work? Oh, for some reason it linked to the wrong thing. Hold on, guys. For some reason it linked to the wrong thing. Why is my stream being so weird right now? Let me just make sure that this is right. Yes, this is right. This is what we're listening to currently. We are 47 minutes in. We are on track 13 called Dust. Really cool, though. Great audio. I usually throw it into the background because it's, like, copyright free, and it's really fucking good music. Amico price is BS. All Amico games could run on an iPhone. Why would I pay $250 for a nostalgia box? For me, I don't hate the idea of the Amico. I really don't. There are a lot of things, and I'll say one more thing about Amico and then I'm going to drop it. There are a lot of things that were promised with the Amico that are not happening. The price has been shifted around several times. There were promises of physical media, or it was hinted towards, I guess we'll say, that there was going to be physical media, and apparently now there's not. Release dates are being shifted around constantly. It's a rough situation. Because, like, at the end of the day, if you guys want to release your product, good for you, go for it. But it's rough. Thank you, Oron, for the $54 donation. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, listen. Baja Blast is Baja fucking gone, apparently. It's the Verisign. It's not Spotify. I do not use Spotify. I have absolutely no clue. Spotify who? I do not use Spotify at all. But it's the Vera soundtrack. I really do like White Bat Audio. Guys, White Bat does custom music, so maybe in the future, Dark Titan will need a custom song made. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, guys, let's move into the next topic of the evening. We're going to have to pause the White Bat Audio. We're going to have to pause the good old music and listen to this absolutely garbaggio ad. Now, if you guys haven't heard, Nike decided to put out a new commercial. And it is truly awful, terrible garbage. It is one of the worst commercials / advertisements that I've seen because it craps on historical figures. It talks about the patriarchy. It talks about social justice. It is truly a mess of a trailer. They actually removed the trailer from YouTube. Nike removed it. And they hid it. You can't find it now. But there are re-uploads of it. And this re-upload is kind of one of the more popular ones right now. It's got 32 likes to 3.8k dislikes. No comments. But I wanted to play this all for you because it truly shows what companies think is good, is empowering, is gonna sell. Guys, this is a dumpster fire advertisement. I don't know how loud this
Today
is.
I have a presentation on dynasties.
Wow. A presentation on dynasties. Colored hair, check. And I'm not sitting here biased, okay? I'm not sitting here biased. If you want to have colored hair, good for you. I mean, mine is all natural. I'm just blessed. But colored hair. Check.
But I refuse to talk about the ancient history and drama.
I refuse to talk about history and drama. Can't do it. That's a man. I'm gonna turn it up more. It's probably very fucking loud. I do not care.
That's just the patriarchy. But I refuse to talk about the ancient history and drama. That's just the patriarchy.
That's just the patriarchy. I refuse to acknowledge history and talk about it because we gotta fight the patriarchy. Guys, will you stand with me in the power of patriarchy?
Instead, I'm going to talk about a dynasty that I actually look up to.
She's going to talk about a dynasty she actually looks up to. That's empowering. Oh no. My cat is like, what the fuck are you wasting your time watching? She's like, please. Oh no. Hello. She's like, what are you doing? Why are you watching that? Are you having a mental breakdown? My cat literally thinks I'm having a mental breakdown. Listen. We're fighting the patriarchy together! Will you join me, sister? No? Listen, we gotta fight the patriarchy. Men are bad, okay? Men are stupid. Let's go. We gotta fight the patriarchy together. Can you get out of the way, though? Listen, you're not helping. She doesn't want to learn history either. She says history's stupid. Hello, kitty, but listen. I gotta do some stuff, okay? Do you want to eat tonight? She's like, what are you doing? Hey, listen. It's very nice for you to visit. Okay, you can stay there.
An all-women dynasty.
An all-women dynasty.
Color. Gay women.
Color. gay women. She points to herself. At least she's in power. At least she's proud of herself. And good for you.
Women who fight for social justice.
I am a woman who fights for social justice. You guys haven't seen this side of me, but Nike here and their 1-minute commercial advertisement has empowered me to be a woman of social justice.
Women with a jump shot. A dynasty that makes your favorite men's basketball, football, and baseball teams look like amateurs.
This is the problem with this ad. The success of female athletes should be acknowledged, and they deserve praise. But denigrating men isn't okay. And the patriarchy comment completely killed this commercial. Like, they are literally saying, yeah, men have done stuff, but women are just so much better. You know, again...
Oren X donated $54.
Thank you for the $54. Holy crap.
Cameo.
Thank you. She's sitting right here. Just, she's chilling. Look, it's a tail. She's like, why the fuck are you touching my tail? This is, oh boy. Guys, listen, it's a rough night apparently. Okay, maybe we could get this done faster. Not under the microphone. Listen, okay, I'll hold you. Guys, the problem with this ad, again, is that female athletes deserve to be praised when they've done amazing things. Good for them, of course. I'm not saying that female athletes don't deserve any praise, but denigrating men and saying men are bad, women are better isn't the way to get your point across to people. Okay, it is just not the way.
A dynasty with fire braids. A dynasty with sick
I mean,
style. A dynasty
that's
with
great.
crazy dimes. A dynasty that makes Alexander the Great look like Alexander the... Okay. The dynasty
that comment made me lose brain cells. Okay, I lost 2 brain cells the first time I heard that.
A dynasty that makes Alexander the Great look like Alexander with sick style. A dynasty with crazy dimes. A dynasty...
She is saying that a dynasty with cool hairstyles and crazy clothing styles and awesome skills
that makes Alexander the Great look like Alexander the... Okay.
Makes Alexander the Great look like Alexander the Okay. That's another level. That is another level of what the fuck. Truly. I can't believe that they literally thought this ad. This is what is gonna get people to like us, to buy our products, to support our cause.
The dynasty that's been reigning for the past 25 years.
Wow.
Undefeated since 96.
I mean, that's great. That deserves praise. That deserves to be acknowledged. That deserves attention. But you don't get that attention or deserve the respect when you're literally saying, oh, Alexander the Great, Alexander the Okay.
USA basketball women's national team, 7-time consecutive gold medalist.
I mean, congratulations, that's great.
Women that make it possible for girls like me to feel like they can be a part of whatever dynasty they want.
Well, that's a great message. Like, yeah, little girls should be able to do whatever they want in life. If they want to be a basketball player, a teacher, if they want to be an astronomer, they should be allowed to do whatever they want. Yes, that is a good message. But it's not good when you're literally just saying, men suck, to get your point across.
The greatest dynasty ever.
Guys, I'm joining the greatest dynasty ever. Okay? None of you can join. But me. I'm part of it. I mean, this commercial is truly terrible. This commercial is getting ratioed to hell and back. They did remove the original trailer, the original commercial from YouTube because of how much backlash it was facing. But it's got this one, this re-upload is 32 likes to 3.8k dislikes. This is one of the worst ads that I've seen. We've seen a lot of woke ads and commercials. We've seen like the Pepsi ones, the Coca-Cola ones. We've seen a lot of woke ads. But this one just, I feel, is on another level.
Shot. A dynasty that makes your favorite men's
Maybe Nike will copyright strike me. Go ahead.
basketball, football, and baseball teams look like amateurs.
I can't believe that they thought that this was gonna work, that this was gonna make people want to support their products and like care about things like women's basketball. It is truly mind-boggling that this is the best ad that they could come up with. Female athletes and females in general deserve praise when they do something amazing, 100%. But by denigrating men and trashing men's achievements to boost up your own achievements just makes you look weak. That's all that I had to discuss for that topic, everyone. Congratulations, we survived the worst commercial that's been created so far. That's all that I had to discuss. I'll read chat for a couple minutes, and then we'll move on to the final topic of the night, which is going to be DrDisrespect. I need to turn the music back on, though, because wow, was that actually awful. That was truly awful. Guys, really quickly, if you're enjoying the live stream, make sure to give it a like. If you're not, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way. Consider donating via Streamlabs. All donations pop up on screen. Text-to-speech activates for $3 and over. Consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month. Become a member of the channel. You get access to special emotes. Follow me on social media. Join our Discord. All that fun stuff. We will move on to the next topic in a minute. That was truly an advertisement for the new age. That is what they're gonna show little girls in elementary school. Confirmed. That truly, guys, my awakening has started. That was truly inspirational. Like, wow. Wow. Yep. Alexander the Great played basketball. Oh boy. Hello, Kit. How you doing? Will they allow LeBron to play in women's basketball and take their spot? Can't have that. Nike, just do it unless you're a man. It's true. Oh, boy. That was almost as cringe as the horrible Gillette Super Bowl commercial. There have been some awful Super Bowl commercials. I'm personally not a huge sports person, so I don't really... I'm one of those people that watches highlights of specific sports, and I watch, like, ads that, like, at the Super Bowl, like, I'll watch an ad on YouTube when it pops up, because they're all trending for, like, 2 fucking weeks. But there have been some truly trash Super Bowl ads. I do not like the stupid bowl. I'm sorry, guys. She's now Vera woke. It's true. I went from being dark to being in the light. I went from misogynist to social justice. Are you guys proud of me? Ah, boy. Probably shouldn't have used a sport where most of the women's divisions can't dunk. I'm not getting in the middle of that one. I just read a comment! Guys, I'm gonna be canceled over this, okay? I can feel it in my bones. It's like when the weather's gonna change and we're gonna have a storm, your bones hurt. I'm feeling the woke in my bones right now. I think I'm morphing. Oron! Whoa! Oh no, I think I clicked it again. Is it gonna pop up again? Okay, maybe not. Thank you, Oron, for the $54 donation. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Vera, I am proud. Good for you, Bullet Shepherd. Everyone who's feeling enlightened, put a heart into chat. And if you're not, well, you're a misogynist, obviously, because that's how the world works now. If you're not one thing, you're the complete opposite. Guys, it is an awful ad. When I saw it, I was a little surprised. Let's just put it that way. Vera's evil SJW twin Kara, that could be a character. Write that down! Write that down! That's me. Kara the woke. Supergirl. Let's not. Oh boy, here comes the hearts in chat. Oh boy. Please don't morph. We like you the way you are, unmorphed. Oh, I'm morphing. Social justice is taking me over. I feel enlightened. Kara Dark, Kara Light. Vera's evil SJW twin. It should be Kara Light. That's me. I've seen the light. I've seen the light of social justice, and I'm a changed woman. I'm a changed Wamexan, actually. Thank you very much. How many people truly watch an advertisement like that and go, wow, I feel moved. I feel like something's changed. I feel like that is truly amazing. I don't understand how people, and I'm sure there are people that do, but I don't understand how there are people that view that and go, wow, that is truly inspirational. As a woman, I just feel like all of these ads are ridiculous. When we see an ad that's supposed to boost up women, but it boosts up women by shoving down men. I don't like that. Equality? But what do I know? Yeah, we're gonna talk about DrDisrespect in just a second. I always skip ads. Fair enough. Guys, I got like a 6-hour ad the other day on one of my videos. I watched it for 2 seconds and was like, wow, that's great. That's great. And then I clicked off because ads suck. They kind of do. But, you know, product placement, all that fun stuff. Alright, guys. So the last topic of the evening is going to be DrDisrespect. Now, here on the channel, I've talked about DrDisrespect a lot. Last year when he was banned from Twitch, I talked about the whole situation many, many times over. And this situation has been shrouded in mystery because it's been about a year since DrDisrespect was banned from Twitch. And we haven't really heard that much information about it. We really haven't gotten a lot of news surrounding this situation. But DrDisrespect actually came out and made a couple of statements on Twitch, the whole situation. And DrDisrespect has said he knows why Twitch has banned him and he's going to sue them. So, it says during a YouTube broadcast on August 23rd, so this was only yesterday, he went aside comparing his current streaming platform to Twitch. He does stream here on YouTube. After a while, the topic of his infamous and mysterious forever ban from the purple-themed site came up, and the two times shared some brand new details about the infamous situation. A lot of people were really disappointed that we didn't hear any other information on it. It just really kind of went quiet, which on one hand, I understand why it went quiet if he is pursuing legal, you know, legal routes. But at the same time, it still sucks. If you're a fan of someone, you want to know what happened. You want information and details on the situation. But it says after calling his ban a roller coaster of emotions, he revealed that he's known the reason behind Twitch's action for months. He said there's a reason why I don't talk about it. I can't talk about this kind of stuff. He said a lot of people asked, do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now, and I've known for months. It says on top of knowing why he was banished, he's also apparently in the process of taking legal action against Twitch, but he didn't get into specifics other than that he's suing them. Nothing's been filed right now. There's not any substance to these claims, but apparently he does know why he was banned. And apparently he's considering suing them. Now, it's hard to believe people when they say they're going to sue a company because Twitch is a giant company. Twitch has a giant company behind them. So he's going to be suing massive, massive companies here. And his contract was worth a lot of money. So I understand why he would. But he could just right now be saying he's suing them to stir up some information. Trying to like stir up, I don't want to say controversy, but just stir up talk about him and his ban, the whole situation. Because it had gone very quiet. A lot of people were kind of giving up on it like, I don't really care. So he might be in the process of suing them, but we don't have any details about it. It says there's a reason why, and I'll just say this right now, there's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of them, okay? I don't know how else to put it, the amount of damages, and you just don't understand. And a big reason why he's suing Twitch is detailed in this article. He reveals that he had a huge earnings hit in the switch from Twitch to YouTube. Now, his first couple streams on YouTube were giant, and he does get pretty decent numbers on YouTube. But his numbers aren't as amazing as they were on Twitch, obviously. It's hard to judge because I don't have all the specifics. But he did take quite a hit after a couple weeks. Like, now his numbers, average like 20K, I believe, as far as I'm aware, as far as I've read and stuff. And they used to on Twitch average like 30. So there is quite a difference. But it says, you probably already know about DrDisrespect's Twitch ban. Before revealing that he knew why he was banned from the Amazon-owned platform and that he is now suing them, he made a comment about how much the ban affected him financially. This whole situation, it's hard to say, oh, I'm on DrDisrespect's side or I'm on Twitch's side. And most likely, once we hear the details, we're all going to be on DrDisrespect's side. But we just don't have those details right now that do really matter. It says, I make probably a fourth and a quarter of what I was making on Twitch, he said before he went on to explain how people always say he's doing great on the new platform. After telling his chat just how much he appreciates their support while he maximizes the resources he has, he told viewers that the ban has also put a significant damper on his networking opportunities. There were a lot of companies who dropped him after he was banned. Some ended up going back and working with him. But there was a lot of damage from this drop and from this ban. It says, with all the relationships we've built over the past 5 years in terms of Activision and EA, all the big sponsors and all the big partnerships have to question, why did you get banned? We've been doing good enough. He went on to explain that it absolutely fucking sucks. And even though he says he's been blacklisted and shadow banned by partners and sponsors, he seems to be doing pretty well, at least from the outside looking in. With 3.46 million subs on YouTube, he's still holding brand partnerships with the likes of Turtle Beach, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and FanDuel. I want to know all the details. We all obviously want to know the details to the situation. But I have a feeling once he officially sues Twitch and we hear more about this, it is going to be a massive case in the industry because DrDisrespect is a big name. He's worked for tons of big companies, EA, Activision, and he does know a lot of people in the industry. DrDisrespect has also said that he is creating his own new gaming development studio, and he's going to be releasing and trying to make games that big names want to play. And apparently he's working on like a vertical battle royale, which is very cool, very interesting. Can't wait to see how that plays out. But we are talking about someone who is very well known in the industry. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens when he does officially sue Twitch. Right now, I think there's a lot of worry for a lot of people who maybe are associated with Twitch. But it definitely sounds like DrDisrespect has taken a huge hit since the ban. And I really want to know the details. Hopefully we hear about them in time. But either way, right now where it stands, screw Twitch in this situation. I do not really like... Oh no. I really do not like Twitch at all. I do not like the mods. I do not like the people who run it. But DrDisrespect is definitely someone who has a lot of knowledge of the industry, has worked in the industry for a very long time, and it will definitely be interesting to see how this all plays out. But that's all that I really had to discuss tonight, guys. We talked about Dr. D, who, oh, by the way, DrDisrespect makes amazing fucking music. His music, the couple of tracks that he's put out, bangers. Okay? Bangers. He should just get into music. Screw the gaming industry. The people in the gaming industry suck. Go make your vertical battle royale. Put some of your tracks in it. It'll be amazing. I talked about the Nike commercial, PlayStation, and also Eternals. But guys, that's all that I really had to discuss during tonight's stream. If you guys have any questions or topics, feel free to put them into the chat now. I'd be happy to answer them for you guys. And I'll be wrapping up stream in a few minutes. But thank you guys for being here, for supporting. If you're enjoying the content, consider donating via Streamlabs, becoming a member of the channel, getting access to special emotes, join our Discord server, follow me on social media, all of that fun stuff. But let me Let me read chat for a few. So his original idea is a battle royale game, but vertical sounds like a lame gimmick. Sounds lame as a gimmick as his fake mustache. I think that right now, there is a lot of... How do I say this? There's a lot of ideas that people want in games that are not in games right now that I think someone with a lot of dedication could put into one singular title. I think that a vertical battle royale, right off the bat, yeah, maybe it does sound a little bit like a gimmick, but if he adds great systems, the balancing's good, whether there's like legends or different characters, we'll have to see. But I think that there will be people who go to a game he creates no matter what he does, because he's DrDisrespect. And I just have to say, he has had so much experience in the industry, and he has worked on a lot of different games in the past before he became a full-time streamer. I have a little bit of confidence in him. We'll see. I mean, maybe it'll suck. That would suck. But maybe it'll turn out great. I don't know. I don't have any insider information. Indie game devs rise up. I agree. We need more indie devs. There are a lot of good indie devs out there that truly deserve more praise. Do you see Netflix changing Faye's outfit back before release, considering all the backlash? No. I think they'd have to refilm everything, and they wouldn't want to do that. She should be a main character, so she should be in a lot of the scenes, so they'd have to change a lot. I do not see them changing her outfit at all. Isn't a vertical battle royale basically a combat flight sim? No, no, no. So you know how do I explain this? So most BRs, there's like a map, okay? Look at Apex Legends. You're going forward. Yeah, maybe you can climb a structure. He's talking like a tall building, okay? And you have to go up and down levels in a tight spot. Like, it sounds like it could be cool. And I'm not talking like a tiny building that like, oh, you just run up a set of stairs, but like, if you've seen his concept art, it's a little bit easier to understand. But instead of it just being a giant horizontal map, it's a vertical map. It's hard to say. Isn't everything a gimmick the first time? I mean, yeah, you could view things like that, I suppose. Netflix will not change Faye? Yeah, no, I doubt it. I don't think so. It basically sounds like Titanfall. Yeah, I could see some similarities, yeah. But with taller buildings, I could see some similarities. Obviously, we'll have to... Maybe I can find DrDisrespect vertical... Let me see if I can find his concept arts real quick. Because his concept arts looks pretty cool. Obviously, there's like no details right now, guys. My cat is eating my straw. Gosh darn tootin'. I'm trying to look for something. Maybe you could get your fat head out of the way. Guys, I can't find this concept art. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, here's one. Ah! So there's a concept art. That actually looks pretty cool. Looks very Final Fantasy. Where's the other one? I'm looking for one specific. That looks cool. It does just look like a absolutely massive giant building, but at the same time, we'll have to see. I mean, maybe it'll turn out to be great. Oh, brother. Okay. Well, maybe it'll be great. Who knows? Ultimately, time will tell. And we'll figure it out once he decides to finally release it. If he releases it. I bet he will. Are we allowed to discuss spoilers on Shang-Chi end credit scenes? No. I try to discuss the least spoilers I can. There are times where I will talk about spoilers, but I dedicate a certain amount of time to it. And usually we don't really like people just coming in and typing spoilers just because there's not like a dedicated time slot to discussing them. So, unfortunately, that's probably a no-go. I've heard about it though. most MP shooters are mostly open battlefields for a reason. True. It could work though. I'm up for seeing anything and seeing if something new and unique and original can work. Okay? I'm not someone that's sitting here going, "Ow, don't even try it because it's gonna fail." I'm up for looking at all different kinds of ideas. And I have a little bit of faith in DrDisrespect because he has been in the industry a long time now. Does that mean that he's untouchable and invincible and he will always create a great product? No, it doesn't. But at the same time, you know, maybe he will create something great. We'll see. Just the pause. Just the pause. Oh, that's a head. Oh boy. Just the pause. Cowboy Bebop live action should have hired my corgi. He's more special. The corgi they picked is pretty cute. But, like, a corgi isn't gonna get me to watch a show, just being honest. There's no reason to give it a try, although it's easy to shit on something before knowing how it is. You mean there's no reason to not give it a try? Like, not reason not. There's no reason to not give it a try. Holy crap-a-roni. Yes, I agree. It's worth giving a try, you know? Maybe it'll be great. The actor's been hyping them up, but they are just so-so. Yeah. Cat boxing? Guys, she never gets tired. She is truly a force of nature. She just hit herself in the face. You guys can't see that. She literally went... She slapped herself. Oh my gosh, cat abuse. I don't even have to eat my cat. She's just abusing herself, apparently. Okay, listen. Listen, I gotta end stream, kitty. I know everyone loves seeing you. But you've literally destroyed this straw. Dude, you have literally destroyed it. Okay. Well, guys, I know you like seeing the kitty. So I thought I'd show her for a minute while we were chatting. But everyone... if you have any last minute questions, feel free to put them into the chat now. I'd be happy to answer them for you guys. If you have any topics you want me to discuss, throw them into chat as well. Shang-Chi is not something I'm looking that forward to, though. I'm going to be 100% honest. Shang-Chi sounds pretty mediocre. I'm not that excited for it. Wait, Ed's not in the Cowboy Bebop Netflix series? That's a deal breaker for me. Hard pass. There's been no information about the character being in the live action. There's been no information. Maybe the character will be in it, but as far as we know right now, there is no substance to it. There's nothing regarding that character. We'll see though. I don't know. Should be a bomb-ass game if he gets that Twitch lawsuit money. Oh, hell yes. I mean, ultimately, he had a contract, and I hope he wins his case. I mean, we'll have to see the details. Maybe he was in the wrong. I don't know. When you have a contract that big, I highly doubt it. And a lot of us have this feeling that Twitch wanted to find a way to get out of his contract because of how much money his contract was worth. And a lot of people suspect they basically just tried to find a reason to ban him, and they did. And that's what's causing the situation now. That's a lot of rage in that cat. This cat is a force of nature. Are you even slightly looking forward to MCU Phase 4? Because I ain't. For the most part, no. There are a couple things that I'm excited to see, like Spider-Man. The Spider-Man trailer that released, that shit looks cool. I'm pretty excited about Spider-Man. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I'm looking forward to that as well. Love and Thunder, I love the Asgardians, don't get me wrong. I'm not looking forward to the Jane Foster story. I do not like Natalie Portman. I do not like Jane. I do not care. I'm really disappointed because I love the Asgardians, but it is what it is. But I'm mainly looking forward to Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. I want to also see what they're going to do with Wanda, with Scarlet Witch. We'll have to see. I don't have a lot of faith in Scarlet Witch, but maybe it'll be great. I don't know. Maybe she'll be a giant part of it and she'll be amazing. What about the new Candyman horror movie this Friday? Oh, who's doing that? Is that Nia DaCosta? You know who she is, right? Yeah. So, Nia DaCosta was the director of Candyman. She also is going to be the director of Captain Marvel 2. / The Marvels. Maybe maybe Candyman will be a cinematic masterpiece. Maybe it will be absolutely insane, bonkers, amazing. But she's got a lot of pressure put on her right now. Spidey movie still looks good. Yes, I agree. I think that Spidey looks okay. I'm interested to see Doctor Strange. Apparently Doctor Strange was shoveling snow from his house during WandaVision. Doctor Strange should have been in the show. That's all I'm gonna say. They already ruined poor Wanda by the end of WandaVision. Maybe they've got a cool direction with her. Maybe the direction they're going with her is gonna be fantastic and it's gonna be crazy. I highly doubt it, though. But alright, you guys, I am going to end the live stream here. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. I do really appreciate it. If you're enjoying the live stream, please make sure to give it a like. We're 4 likes away from 100. If you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way. Thank you for the donations tonight, guys. Much, much appreciated. If you're enjoying the stream, check out the links in the description. Consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month or supporting via direct donations. You can also support by becoming a member of the channel, getting a special badge next to your name, access to special emojis, and you also get access to the special Discord channel, well, the special channel in our Discord server. You get that by becoming a Patreon as well. Yeah, and I'm not going to be streaming for a couple days, guys. I will let you know when the next stream is going to be. The next stream I'll be doing Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island, the DLC that just launched. I will be doing that, and then I don't know how long that's going to take. That might just be a one stream thing, honestly. But guys, thank you for stopping by tonight. I do appreciate it, for all the support. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I'll update you guys with the next stream dates. Check out today's video if you didn't see it already. And I will have a new video up tomorrow, of course. But with that being said, thanks for stopping by. And have a fantastic evening, everyone.